Hey guys, and welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about sinking funds, creating the sinking funds and where to start. Now, we are a debt-free family, but I feel like now it's more important than ever to make sure that I stick to my budget and that my money is being directed to where it needs to go. And I really like the idea of sinking funds now. When I was on our debt-free journey, we didn't have any of this. I think the only one was Christmas, and that one kind of happened by accident. Someone had mentioned that that's what their bank offers, and so I looked at it in my banking institution, and they call it a Santa Claus account, and they take out, a set amount, but they lock the account. Here's the key, is they locked the account until November 1st. So whatever money you put in there, you could not touch it until November 1st. And I was like, light bulbs went off. I was like, this is perfect, especially that you can't touch it. Like so many times you say, I'm gonna save this money, but then something comes up and then you go and touch it. So this was perfect that it was locked, and then it automatically got deposited into our checking account November 1st for Christmas or whatever happened. But majority of the time we did use it for Christmas, and it has been huge. It's great. I love it in our budget. We always make room for it every year, and I've done it now for 4 years. So if you're someone who's looking into starting a sinking fund, I would start with the holiday, and Christmas is the easiest one to do. So look into that. So what I like about sinking funds now is that it brings consistency to my budget. If you ever have done your monthly budget or an ending summary, you know that some months are really high and then some months are really low. But that's just the way the numbers look. Like in 1 month you would have your car registration due and your 6-month insurance policy was due. So that month is gonna look super high compared to the other months. And then when you go back to look at your yearly review, you're gonna be like, well, what happened here? And why does it look like that? So sinking funds, or mini savings funds as I like to say them, helps alleviate those yearly expenses. So you're creating these little mini accounts for those expenses that come up yearly. Now, what I noticed when I would do my monthly budget, my overview budget of the whole month, my spending plan, all the money would work out. We would have enough to cover, let's say, birthdays, a holiday, if a car registration was due. In the monthly budget spending plan, there was enough money. Come paycheck, which I'm a paycheck budgeter, I do it weekly, I wouldn't have enough in that paycheck to cover those expenses. But in the grand view of our monthly budget, we did, but not enough in that paycheck. So this is where sinking funds come in, and the consistency of your numbers. So if you were to have those sinking funds in place, you would know, okay, I have $100 in my special occasions and I have a birthday. Boom, $50, it's there. And then you move on. So there is enough money revolving in those accounts if you contribute every month. So I like the consistency that it brings. So this is my first sinking funds since being debt-free. I've never had them, I've never created them. I just know that I really like the idea of them, and I think it would be beneficial to a lot of people to kind of understand them and start implementing them into your own budget. So these are my, debt-free sinking funds. So let's get into the video, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you guys have questions at the end of it, I will do my best to answer the questions in the comments. So I'm here to help, but let's get into creating these sinking funds. Okay, so step 1 in creating your sinking funds is, I would say, to look at your yearly expenses. And that's where I would like to say, look at your car insurance. Car registration is always due. I live in California, so it's car registration, and that comes up, and it's usually a couple $100 depending on the type of vehicles you have. So I would say to start your sinking funds with your yearly expenses that contribute to your overall living expense, or your living expenses, your fixed expenses. So start with car registration, car insurance. Christmas is the first holiday I would say to get on the books. And then anything else that you have. If you own a home, this is another good one, is HOAs. Those are usually due, and those aren't cheap in California. So HOAs would be an also good one to create a sinking fund for. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so here's my label for my sinking fund. That sticker did not work out, so sinking funds. Let's do it. So I'm gonna start with car insurance, and I'm just gonna start by labeling all of my sinking funds that I am going to have. So we have car insurance. Excuse my weird angle on this. And that's a yearly expense. Do car registration, because that's another yearly expense for us. And for anybody living in California as well. And Christmas. So those are the three that I know I want to have right there. Car insurance, car registration, and Christmas. That's huge for us here. We're a family of 6, so we need that. And now I'm going to start listing my more variable sinking funds. So think about special occasions. And my special occasion covers birthdays, weddings, baby showers, and then I'm going to do holidays in general. And this is every holiday except for Christmas. And then I'm gonna do, my husband always needs something for work, so I'm gonna do his work fund. I'll call it work supply. And then I'm gonna do back to school. That's the one I want for my kids to go school shopping. So I'm gonna say back to school, and this is gonna cover clothes and supplies. Having 4 kids, I know that's not gonna be cheap. So we'll do back to school. We'll do kids in general, and here I'll include activities and anything non-back to school related. So think clothes, seasonal, and stuff like that. So I'll do kids. And then I'm gonna do family pictures, because I definitely wanna get that on the books and start getting them done now that our kids are older. And this will include clothing that we'll need for the whole family and the photographer fee. I'm gonna do date nights. I probably won't contribute too much to that, but it's nice to have an option. And this will include babysitters and anywhere that we decide to go. And I'm gonna do a summer fund. I did this last year in our budget, and it was great. And this one's gonna include pool passes, ice cream, activities, anything we do during the summer, we will take from our summer fund. And then lastly, I'm gonna do clothing for me and the hubby. We don't get clothes very often, but when we do, it'd be nice to have money already allocated to that. So I'm gonna do clothing. I'm gonna put M and D for mom and dad. So if you're wondering where I got my sinking funds categories from, I have tracked my spending for so long, about 18 to 20 months now. And so I have a real good idea of what we spend money on. So I would say start there as well. Look at past bank statements. That's a great way too. So remember, these are mini savings accounts for things that you already foresee being expensive in the future. There's our sinking funds. Now we need to decide the amount. Car insurance is pretty easy. You know your premium, you know how much is due. Oh, I also wanted to add a car maintenance. If you have older cars, this is great because you will have money there. Also, you have your emergency fund, but car maintenance, just to put aside $50, $60 is good too. Let's do car registration. I just looked at how much we pay in car registration, and this includes a smog, because every other year is a smog year. So what's due for our car registration is $510. This will cover our 2 cars and a smog if one is due. And these are due September and October. So I'm gonna need this money available September 1st. And then I'm gonna do Christmas, and that one we're gonna need $1,000. I've budgeted $1,000 for the past 2 years and it works out really well. And I'm gonna need that for November 1st. So those are my yearly expenses. I'll mark a Y. So these are things that actually have a due date and I will need money by them. My car insurance, I will need one payment in May and the other is due in November. So going on to special occasion, like I said, this covers baby showers, weddings, and birthdays. I'm gonna call this one a continuous account. So money will always, hopefully, be into this one. And I want to contribute $21 to that a week. Holidays, covering everything but Christmas, and this is a continuous account as well, with $30 a week. My husband's clothing supply for his work or tools, this always seems something comes up. I'm gonna do $25 for that. This doesn't happen often, but when it does, I feel like it's really expensive. So I'm gonna do continuous on that one. Back to school, I would like to have $600. And this will cover all clothing for the kids and supplies. And this one I want August, I think I want it August. I'm gonna do August 1st. That might be a little late in the game. I might have to relook at that one. So that one's gonna do August 1st. My kids, I wanna contribute to their account $40 a week. I'm giving $10 per kid. So $40 a week, and this one's continuous as well. Family pictures. I'm not sure the going rate on family pictures. I haven't taken them in a really long time. So I think I'm gonna budget $500, and that's gonna cover, like I said, clothing and the photographer. And this one, I wanna take pictures sometime in September, so I'm gonna need the money September. Date nights, continuous. And this one I'm not gonna contribute too much to, and I'm only gonna do $10 in this one. And I believe that's $10 a week. Our summer fund, I think I did $500 last year, and that was good. So I'm gonna do $500 again this year. The kids are older, but we'll see, and we're getting pool passes. And that one I want to have ready to go June. And then clothing, this is also gonna be a continuous account. And like I said, we really do not get much at all, if anything. So I'm just gonna do $10 a week. Cart maintenance, we do have fairly older cars. It's $15 a week. I might do 20. Let's do $20 a week. Let's make it easy. And these are both continuous. And then lastly, I'm gonna do something good account. And I'm gonna contribute $5 a week to that. I don't know what I'll do with that. If I see a need somewhere, I will probably pull from that account. That's just how I work. I like to contribute to stuff like that. And so that's a continuous account as well. So there are my amounts. Here's how I like to break it down and get my amount that I'm gonna need from every paycheck. Like I said, we get paid weekly. So what I would do, for instance, car registration, I'm gonna need that September 1st, and we need $510. So if we're right here, this is kind of like my little trick. If we're right here, April 14th, and I need the money September 1st, I'm going to count the number of paychecks or paydays that I have until September. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So there are 21 paydays before I need the $510. So if you do 510 divided by 21, $18 a week. And that is what I will do. I will continue to do this for all my sinking funds. So for Christmas, again, I would count the number of paydays until Christmas on November 1st. That works out to be $23. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, $23 a week comes out to like $86 a month. But like I said, I like the weekly amounts. Okay, so I have totaled them all up, which comes out to $379 a week is what I need to contribute to my sinking funds account. Now, for some of you, you're like, wow, that's a lot. Some of you will be like, that's it. What I plan on doing, because I know sometimes you're going to have to prioritize your expenses, which is completely fine, and you should. There are going to probably be weeks that I can't contribute all $379. So I know that I will have to focus on the ones that are due every year. So car insurance, car registration, and Christmas. Those will probably take priority over all of these. And then after, as my money sees fit, I will start saying, okay, well, I really do need back to school. So I will contribute to that because my kids will need clothes and shoes and supplies. Another one that, you have to prioritize your money in order to see the big gains in the picture. So we'll start with your yearly expenses and then go down to your variable and periodic ones. And then when you budget them into your paychecks, you can prioritize them as well. So these are my sinking funds. This is how I create them. I think what I'm going to do is have one account with the lump sum of the sinking fund money and then keep track of it, maybe for a different video, but I'll keep track of it line for line in my Erin Condren Life Planner. So for now, it's just one account. I won't have, 15 accounts for the money. I'll just have one and then keep the lines tallied in my planner. So I hope that helps. I hope I was clear. I might have gotten off on a couple things, but hopefully that helps on just planting the seed and getting you started. So if you're on your debt-free journey, you're debt-free, financial freedom, financially independent, this is a place to start. So I wish you the best of luck on your journey. Stay your course, and I will see you guys next time.